Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this edition of the Women of BSV, and we have Casey with a brand new hairdo looking absolutely amazing. Ruth, and we have our special guest today who is Aleksandra Los, who is the head of PMO at the Bitcoin Association. She's also the Vice President of Strategy for Soundoshi and an event organization practice lead for the Polish Blockchain Association. So welcome to the Women of BSV, Aleksandra. It's so nice to have met you at Block Dojo a couple of weeks ago, and thank you for coming on the show.
First and foremost, guys, thank you for the invitation. It's so amazing to be surrounded by three amazing BSV women, and I'm so grateful for the invitation. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Great to be here with you.
Oh, wonderful. Look, we're going to start off with our old favorite question, which is, because I see you've got an amazing job history here, which we'll get into at some point. But first off, how did you find your way to BSV? How did you find your way to Bitcoin?
Oh, it's kind of over a decade-long story, and it's kind of goes in a 3-act structure. Over a decade ago, back in 2012, I had a very annoying friend at the uni. I was studying European law and accounting, and I wanted to work in European Parliament. But he was like, there's this thing called Bitcoin. Just get some. I was like, okay. And he was going about how amazing. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to get some Bitcoins because, he's going to stop being annoying. So I did. That's because I was more into law and more into the European Parliament, and I really foreseen my future in there. I just kept them in my wallet, and that was about it. Fast forward 6 years, I was living in London, and I was invited to an event which was organized by CoinFirm, which is a Polish company. This very annoying friend of mine, he was actually co-organizer of this event. So we started talking. At that point, I was in this transition phase between management consulting and startup entrepreneurial life. And he came to me with a proposition I kind of couldn't refuse. Together with a couple of friends, backed up with 2 VCs, they were about to build LamboCoin. I know this, just
Oh, wow, Lambo.
That was thank God there was no token, because that would be terrible. We would just turn into a meme. But the concept at the end of the day was not that bad. It was about merging crypto and luxury cars, so you can use your crypto to rent a Lamborghini. So for over 6 months, I was traveling around the world from conference to conference, and just presenting the project to have whoever was interested in it. But that was kind of like this, the confrontation in the 3-stage act, when I realized that's not actually where I belong, and it's not space I want to be in, because there's lots of it was all about to the moon, get the Lambos, like no.
Yeah,
that's too much speculation for me, and I didn't feel comfortable in that. So I left. The project ended, and then I got involved in management consulting, startup building. I was working a lot with organizational restructuring, building digital products, strategy for digital products. And last year, more or less the same, over June, July last year, the resolution came, right? So a friend of mine who is involved with Polish music scene, he runs a music agency. He asked me if I can help him to merge music and NFTs, because he heard there's a huge potential, and he knew that I know some bits and pieces about blockchain, and can I help him? And in this very moment, we started working with 2 projects. One was trying to build the NFT on Ethereum, and the other one was Soundoshi. So currently a very good friend of mine, Michał Ścisłowski, the CEO of Soundoshi, he introduced me to BSV. I'm not gonna lie, at the very beginning I was like, what? Nah. But after a couple of conversations, he actually convinced me, and we started working together on Soundoshi. At that point, I was still living in London, but I was about to move back to Poland, and I joined Polish Blockchain Association, whose president is Marcin Żetecki, amazing guy. And then, the grand finale is Marcin calling me right after the BSV convention in Dubai, saying, look, the engineering team needs a project manager, and I think he would be good for a job. Are you actually looking for something? I was like, nah, I'm really cool, but I'm just going to meet with the guys. And that's how it all started. I met Patrick, I met Jad, and I met Marcin Żerakowski, and here we are, talking with 3 amazing ladies about women in BSV.
That's an amazing background you've got. I mean, honestly, I've never seen such a well-developed, long CV on LinkedIn before. I mean, just the amount of things you worked on is quite breathtaking. But like to wind up at the BA, I think is super cool. And on a day-to-day level, like what does it mean to be an engineering project manager, or however you want to rephrase that? I mean, are there projects that you're developing, or
it's more like putting things together for the guys, and sometimes showing them a different perspective. Someone called it recently that it's kind of like being a mum, and I think it's kind of
Diddy relates that.
They're all your babies, and you've got to look after them, and make sure they do.
Let's remove the babies part, but kind of take care of them and somehow navigate it into different directions. Just to give you an example, right? When the very first time I sat down with the guys, it was like, we actually have this huge problem because we can work only for an hour per day. How is it so? Because we've got the team in US, we've got the team in Europe, we've got the team in New Zealand, and at the end of the day, there's only 1 hour per day when we can work together. It's like, guys, but that's the other way around. You've got an opportunity to work around the clock. The thing is, you just need to pass the information correctly. So we set up this entire system of Slack, ClickUp, messages, project management tool, basically. And now, actually, we are able to work around the clock. When I started with VA, there was 4 official members of engineering team, and now there is we double the amount. So it's actually going pretty well.
That's cool. Amazing. So how do you manage though doing the 3 things all at the same time?
Yeah, where are you based?
At the end of the day, it's about project management, right? So you just keep your calendar neat, and you know what's going on, and you try not to overlap the meetings. But at the end of the day, it's all working towards one goal, because it's all about building the stronger BSV ecosystem. And especially now when it was said out loud that we as BA, we want to move more towards empowering entrepreneurs to actually showcase what the BSV can do. Soundoshi is the perfect example. So from one hand, I'm helping Jad to build the infrastructure, and we're laughing that we are plumbers of the ecosystem, but at the same time, I get to stress test it with Soundoshi, which is amazing. And it also gives me this opportunity to, from one hand, I can be super logical, strategic, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't choose a better teachers when it comes to blockchain infrastructure than Jad, Connor, Dagan, Jake. It's like sitting with them all days in the meeting is like, they are the best teachers. You literally have access to the best possible global resources. And at the same time, I can just switch and I can get creative and design a marketing campaign or product strategy. And it just feels those two needs for me to develop as a human being. And I just love it.
It does sound great. It sounds a terrific job, actually. Yeah, like you say, because you get to learn more about blockchain, you get to see all the kind of cool projects. I presume the Light client is going to be one of those. Is that
Light client, Terranode, like PVC, all the buzzwords that are there circling around the internet. We are actually working on the very foundation of it. So it's like, wow, I kept having this like a punchline to when every single time I'm talking to Patrick and Martin, like this year the Christmas came earlier, and I keep just saying that it's amazing, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. That's all I can say is thank you.
No, it sounds terrific, and like you say, you're doubling the size of the team, and I mean, it really strikes me as a real big change at the Bitcoin Association this year. It seems to be, it's just going off in a totally different sort of tangent than what they've been doing before. So, and it sounds really productive as well.
And it's all thank you to our amazing leader, Patrick, because he's the one who encourages us, he trusts us, and if it wouldn't be for him, we wouldn't be able to do it. So
that's a good point, because he did stress to us that his job was to hire the right people and let them get on with it, basically. So I know that's super cool. And do you guys work on the standards as well? Is that under your remit or?
Yes, we do have a head of protocol stability. So there is this we work. Pardon?
That's Connor, isn't it?
Yes, that's Connor, exactly. So we went through this exercise of redefining the BA mission vision to be aligned with the Craig's mandate, and that's part of it. So I think Patrick was mentioning we are organizing now the all hands meeting every month. So it was announced during the first one, the direction that we are we heading, and you're probably gonna hear more about it on the next all hands call. So you guys are all invited.
Yeah, definitely keep us in the loop. I found that meeting really interesting as well. And actually, we reached out to Martin, so he's going to be coming on as well. So talking about that, because he's events. So you organised the event in Poland for blockchain gaming event in Poland.
Yeah, that was organized by Martin and Martin. So Martin Zrakowski and Martin Zetecki by BSV. By BA, sorry. So it was the BA organized event for BSV in gaming. So it was organized by BA. The next event that we are actually organizing in Poland is going to be on the 13th of September, and it's going to be about blockchain for the enterprises. So we invited many CEOs from the Polish economy. Let's say we've got director of PKO, which is like main Polish bank, couple of big organizations that are coming to meet with us, and we're going to showcase how you can actually use blockchain to resolve the industry problems, the problems from the financial sector, from the security sector, from supply chain. So it's going to be a closed event because we really want to engage with CEOs and the high-level managers, the decision makers, basically, to show them what you can actually do with blockchain. And that's no longer a buzzword, but there is actually merit behind it. So that's on our roadmap.
That bank you mentioned, was that the Polish central bank, or was it a bank?
A bank. No, not central. It's just a main bank in Poland, not a central bank.
No, but it's cool though. It's cool. These are the kind of meetings we need to have. Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about Soundoshi as well, because I actually.
Oh, the beta launch is gonna be on the 15th of September. So
really, that's fantastic.
So guys, I'm doing it officially. I'm inviting everyone to Soundoshi website, register to our newsletter, and on the 15th of September, you're gonna get the link that's gonna allow you to access our beta version, and that's the moment when the testing is gonna start.
You're saying beta, you beta, right? We would say
yes,
beta, right? Just make sure I'm understanding.
Beta version.
Excellent.
So 15th of September, the official beta launch of Soundoshi. I'm excited. We have a song that Art actually produced for the women of BSV. So
so maybe we can just add it to the platform.
Yes, exactly. That'd be amazing, and people can buy our BSV Women of BSV song, and it's going to go to a charity that Casey basically wanted to. Well, we asked what charity, and we decided that it would be the Casey's charity. So.
Guys, that would be an honor having a Woman of BSV song on Soundoshi. I'm just gonna have to double check with Michał, but I hope he's gonna agree. But yeah, and so everyone's are invited. Just log to the newsletter, and all the details gonna be provided. So it's all happening. It's actually all happening.
So with Soundoshi, like this is a little bit different from kind of the blockchain enterprise people, because you're mixing with artists. So, like I think Michał and Arta were saying that, they themselves have got quite a few musician friends. So are you the same as well? Have you got quite a few?
Yes, so actually Arthur, he's a music producer. He actually got the golden record at some point, so he's an artist himself. My brother is a music producer as well. I actually finished music school at some point of my life, so I'm actually also in this artistic musical vibe. So I get that they do think a little bit differently, and we need to respect that.
So just wait. You said you're also like in the musical vibe. So are you going to be producing some tracks that are going to be up on the platform?
We actually recorded one song of mine when we were in Berlin with the guys. So they are threatening that it's actually going to be added to Soundoshi as well. But
that's fantastic.
Really? I don't think you can get away with it not being. So, I mean, do you sing? Are you?
Yeah, I sing and I play guitar. So
seriously, I need a singer.
Okay, next time I'm gonna be in London, we're gonna have a jam session sorted.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So, will you be at the block? The Coin Geek, which is going to be. Is it blockchain convention
in May in London?
Yes. Will you be there? Because you're going to be. Would you be representing sort of the Polish blockchain? Will you be representing all three?
No, I think I'm just gonna, just clean some things, make sure that everything is working accordingly. But to be fair, it's in May next year, and we still haven't figured out. We started thinking what is that we want to present as an engineering team, but it's still a long way to go. Yeah. And to be fair, if I'm to choose one of three, it's definitely going to be engineering team. So Soundoshi guys are covered by Michał, and he's amazing at when it comes to presenting. I'm just there to support them. So yeah, engineering team definitely stole my heart. So
and just tell us what won you over about BSV. I mean, what is it that you can say is the main differentiator between BSV and
People and people. And I've been in tech space, startup space for long enough to realize that technology is a tool, and it's about the people and what they're gonna do about it. And the people at BA, and from what I'm also seeing, people within the BSV ecosystem, are amazingly kind, amazingly smart, open-hearted, open-minded, and they want to do it for the right reasons. When I met with the guys for the very first time back in Berlin during the We Are Developers, every single person's got a story, and it's breathtaking, because you know that they are doing it for the right reasons, and working with those kinds of people is just wow. And I've got this thing of mine, that's kind of my goal. It's to really empower women, because my entire life I've been working in industries that are so masculine, the management consulting, technology, and I'm gonna say it out loud. I think those industries do need females, because it's to us to bring their patience, their open conversations, to show that the things can be done differently. So when I joined BA, we started this initiative of breakfast club. So every second Monday, we're having 30 minutes breakfast with the females of BA. And we're talking about gardening, traveling, we're exchanging recipes, and it's amazing. We can talk about the fact, like, these are the guys, they are having their conversations, but this is our time, and it's really, really important, because at the same time we can see how those females are starting to speak up, because at the end of the day, when there's so much masculine energy on a meeting, and they speak so fast, and sometimes we don't have the knowledge that they are having, so it's difficult for us to speak up and to say, hey guys, I actually have a different idea. I have there is my perspective, would you be willing to listen to it? So because I spend so much time with the guys, I kind of learn how to do it. Like, you just need to put it out there, because otherwise they're not going to listen to you. And once you do it, you're actually opening the space for other females to actually express themselves as well. And that's the most rewarding feeling that there is. And that's actually the purpose why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. So in a couple of years, we're actually going to see more female in this industry, because I think this is what we need.
Fantastic. It sounds very familiar, all of that. We feel very much the same. We're supporting each other, emotionally, with education, and we like to have a good natter. I mean, after these interviews, sometimes you can't get us off here for hours, so it's almost like a social club as much as anything.
Yeah, that's why when Diddy sent me an invitation, I was like, wow, I'm really, really grateful for you guys to have me here, because that's our girly chat.
Yeah, blockchain girls the best. No, but I mean, it is such a fascinating subject, and it covers all the areas of economics and law and cryptography and computing and
accounting.
I already said economics, but yeah. I mean, I'm sure we're just about to speak to Constantinus and talk about AI on blockchain. So it's endlessly fascinating, isn't it? So there's a lot here.
100%.
Yeah. No, so, I mean, I think it sounds wonderful. You're one of us now. One of us.
Yeah, you're welcome to come on any episodes anytime. If you're free, please hop on and join.
Anytime you guys would have me, I'm all yours, really, because it's amazing, and the guests that you've been having and the work that you're putting out there is tremendous. So if I can be of any help, let me know, and I'm there.
Wonderful.
I will be adding you to the email list when I send out invitations. Don't worry.
If you come on, it's wonderful to have all the different perspectives as we get to know everyone. I'm really enjoying just building these relationships with the people that we're interviewing. First and foremost is the best part for me. You guys are all, like you said, the people in this space are just past some kind of, IQ test here to even get here, right? So it's like you're actually really interacting with people that can hold, a conversation and
kind of common test as well.
So it's hard for people to really entertain new things. So it's a beautiful thing to, click with someone with such an amazing vision on how we can change the way we interact with each other. So,
you know how they're saying that when you sit quietly, you can actually learn something new. When you keep talking, you just don't. And I think people in BSV, they just cross this threshold. They know that they need to listen, and they know how to listen to each other. And it's really tremendous experience to be able to be a part of it, because it's really soul uplifting.
Nice contrast with Lambo coin then.
This is like, that's why I said, that was the confrontation in this free story act, and this is the resolution. It's like a cherry on top. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but in this very moment, sometimes you need to look back to connect the dots, and somehow it feels that all these little experiences that I had with managing consulting and startups and crypto spaces and blockchain and technology and all those elements, they kind of contributed to the fact that now I can do what I'm doing, and I can see how people need it at some point, and it's really, really rewarding to be able to be this person who someone's just pick up the call, like, hey Alex, what do you think about this? Oh, perhaps we can do it this way. Oh, actually, I haven't thought about it. Done. And it's a really, really great place to be, and I'm super.
It brings so much balance. We need the male and female balance in even our brains to get things done in the world. The way that we each work so differently, you have to have a seat at that table. So when I've had meetings with you, observing you, you command such a presence as you're just keeping all these men, in line as they're discussing these hugely transformational IP things that can get really charged. And it just brings such a beautiful balance to have you there to kind of keep them all in the right flow and keep the meetings, succinct and to the point. So we're not just like beating dead horses with plans of action that are ready to go. So it was cool to witness how you did that. I was like, damn, girl.
Yeah, it's kind of these things like, hey guys, you're looping, just we're in the loop. Okay, we're moving forward. So so
oh my goodness, you also talked to them in with musical intent.
Yes,
that's really clever. Sorry, because oh my gosh, I just realized what you were doing there. That's awesome.
I know, explain to me what you mean, Diddy. I don't think I get it.
Looping, yeah. It's just a language. It's just using a different language that is universal within like music, which is universal language. Like, but actually applying that to a technical meeting is really clever. Sorry, it's just it is. I mean, and obviously I know that like there are loops in code and things like that, but actually because you've got that musical background as well, it's probably why it works so well. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You just told Aleksandra.
You're just repeating the same song over and over again. Just move. And and the most beautiful thing about it is that you can really see the exchange of energy, because I'm getting so much knowledge from them that the only way I can express my gratitude is exactly by doing what I did on our meeting with a while back. It says, okay, there was a time slot. It was an hour. It's hour 30. Let's just wrap up and see where we're heading, because we've been running around the block for a while.
Those goals are so invaluable, though, when we're eating such a giant elephant that these guys are working on. It's completely invaluable what you're doing. So I'm sure they're taking care of you and supporting you in all the best ways. But like you said, equal exchange of energy in your business, where you don't go home feeling drained and just like, your job sucked the life out of you. It's a huge blessing.
And it actually happened a couple of times, and I'm like, because there's actually the BA members are spread all over the world. We've got George in Mexico, I love this guy. He's truly remarkable when it comes to building culture and communities. So when he's coming online, it's almost the time when I'm checking off. And very often we've been having such a great conversations. I'm like, hey, George, now I cannot sleep because I'm so full of energy. And we're coming up with such an amazing examples of how to lead by the culture. We are in this very moment in defining the BA culture, like silly things. Okay, we're not going to have meetings longer than 30 minutes. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to pay attention for more than 30 minutes. You know that there is an estimated time slot, so you're becoming more efficient. And just setting up those silly rules and regulations that actually going to make our life easier. And it's so much fun doing it with George because he's an amazing human being, which is like, wow, it's still work. It's actually it's just
I listen to George talk is almost like hearing poetry at times. I mean,
I was literally just gonna say his bio on his website is like poetry. It's like poetic to like read how he wrote everything and his ancestral cultural stuff that's in there. I was like, oh, you're amazing.
And just listen to him talk for hours at a time, no problem. Yeah. He's a wonderful bloke. So I'm just looking at your degrees here. And you've got like
you're a polymath, aren't you, Aleksandra? To be fair,
you've got project management, accounting and finance. Finance and accounting. You got 2 of those. Good grief, you got 2. I mean,
actually 5, but it's
no. I mean, you've got 2 just of accounting and finance. You've got European Studies and Civilization. A master's degree in project management and a master's of business administration in an MBA. But like, oh my god,
I know, amazing,
powerhouse.
And it was a great experience because actually every single one of them was done in different countries, so I got to travel.
No, that's incredible. So how many languages do you speak?
Do we want to make it official? We're already recording. 7.
7.
Oh
See?
my god,
that's amazing. Do you speak Sanskrit? Aramaic?
I'm kind of approaching Sanskrit in this very moment because I'm also on a journey to become a Kundalini yoga teacher. So
I was going to ask what kind of yoga. I knew you were about to say that. I'm like, which one?
Sanskrit is not included in those 7.
Wow, that's hardcore. But you are really busy. I thought I got busy, but my goodness gracious me. Seriously, hats off to you.
So Diddy, imagine what we can do when there's going to be 2 of us working together.
People must lean on you a bit. This is a big old brain you got in there. I tell you.
So I'm fascinated though. I mean, what's like with all these qualifications and all this experience and everything that you're doing at the moment, what's the ultimate goal for you? You know, I mean,
empowering women. Like my ultimate goal would be to have a VC that will invest only in female founders who are willing to use blockchain to solve the problems that they are facing in their daily life. And if I'm
to say fuck yes to that.
Yes, and if I'm to be like, you know, the ultimate goal would be to start a conversation on redefining the social contract, because in this very moment I truly believe, especially I'm Polish and I can see how my cousin is working every single day, taking care of 2 children, feeding them, doing their homeworks, and at the same time she's an amazing architect, and she's not being rewarded for all this hard work that she's doing because she's a mom. It's just how it works. Like, you are a mom and you're supposed to do it. And my cousin is just an example, because I know thousands of females who just, you know, that's my job, I need to do it. So it's time for us to redefine the social contract, and especially that we are entering we're going to enter stagflation sooner than later. Some people are trying to say, oh, it's not going to happen, but that's the reality. And it's going to be one of the, like, the stagflation happened only once in the 70s, and now we're gonna have a second one. And in order to move the economy forward, we're gonna have to start accepting what the females are doing for the economy, because in this very moment is a free workforce. No one is paying mums for cooking dinners and having children, and so we need to change it.
What are you doing? Because like I feel you so deeply right now, and my whole offer as a single mother like was, oh my gosh, I can actually monetize something that I do, whatever that is. To me, it's digital marketing. I wanted to show other people how to, do it. So I can monetize something I do from home with this technology, and I can literally make an income that is equal to my energy that I'm putting into the platform, and not get like enslaved by the tool that I'm using. And it was just like a no-brainer to start using these technologies, but like people just don't know about them, so they don't know this opportunity is here. So looking at how many women are at home going, how can I work from home and be there with my children and homeschool them, and all these things that we need to be doing as mothers for our families. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a no-brainer to build an offer to invite single mothers to, like, so I have offered to completely onboard any single mother for free, just to show them, what their opportunity is here. And so like I want to work with you in some way, form, or fashion on that for sure, because that's the whole reason I'm here.
Wouldn't it be amazing if us as the Women of BSV, if we could one day, become a venture capital company?
Oh yeah,
let's do it. And I'm 100% for it, on it, and what I'm doing in this very moment to make it happen. I do agree with the guys. We need an infrastructure, man. That's why we're sitting and plumbing and putting those pipes together. So when the time comes, we're gonna be able to do it. Because in this very moment, it's I'm talking with every single time I'm meeting with my friends. It's like download Handcash and buy BSV, like every single one. And for example, my friends from, let's say, more spiritual oriented communities, they really get it, because they understand that this economy, this economical system is actually no longer supporting us, and we need to find different ways. So I'm just get Handcash, get BSV sorted. And it's still difficult, for example, for my mom or for my aunt to actually understand it. So I would say get the infrastructure, then make it a little bit easier for them to onboard to it. And
So you got to go talk to Martin, because Ruth and I just talked to him on Tuesday or Wednesday last week, and I have a brilliant onboarding idea that it does not start with Handcash, and I'll be honest there, because the original wallet, I didn't want to have a gallery attached to it, because for my client, if I tell them to onboard their entire audience to Handcash first, then they don't get to capture the passive income that they can earn off of onboarding people via their referral links of all these platforms to the space. So I started with Moneybutton, and I was going to go to the SPV wallet when it was out, but I started with Moneybutton so that I could then onboard them to I had an order of platforms that I was working in, and then I would build them a link tree that they could, put all their referral links in and monetize with Tonic Pow if possible. And then they had one place to invite their entire audience to come meet them on the blockchain. And then not only are they introducing their audience to this whole new world, but they're also then able to, like I said, earn evergreen passive residual income off all these people's activity on these platforms with no customer management of them. It's the most beautiful model I've seen. So I'm like, it's just such a no-brainer for moms, especially because it's so much less being tied to your offer that you've put out there, having to have auto ships and all these things that are tied to traditional digital marketing models, MLMs and all that shit. It's just like it's exhausting. I tried to do it in a couple different businesses, and it's fun, but yeah, it's exhausting. So anyways, yeah, so I don't mean to like go on that soapbox, but I'm very passionate about getting this information to like the poorest people that have the coolest information to monetize and to share skills, like even those like old cultural, ancient skills that are being lost. And
we
things
still
like
need
that.
them. We still
Yeah,
need
it'll
Yeah.
go viral. It'll still empower a person so much. They would go so viral because people are so hungry for that stuff. It's
100%.
like,
So if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. Let's start earlier. Really, let's start early, because in my head it's kind of this 5-year plan how to get to. But if we can do it earlier,
right.
yeah, I'm all in. And the
Cool.
more the merrier, because at the end of the day, if no one's like, no, if we're not gonna start fighting for our female colleagues, who's gonna do it? Like,
Right.
it's
I agree. And I mean, even in BSV, it's hard. Let's be honest. Like it's still hard for women to make a living in this space at the minute. And so we do have.
thought I had a 5-year contract and got rug pulled. Like out of nowhere. I was thinking I was working with one of the best professionals in the space. Like we were just interacting with one of the leaders. You would not see stuff coming. So having your own income and multiple streams is like, you have to have that moving forward in order to get through all the shit that's coming.
It's
Well,
a
yeah.
foundation. It's years ago, and it's kind of why people used to get married, right? Because you needed to have the support of 2 incomes to actually be able to survive. And I have an impression that it kind of entangled females in this thinking of, you need to get married because otherwise you're not going to have your own income. And now the things changed, but we still have this mentality of it's so difficult to be independent. And sure, it's easy for me to say that because I don't have children, and it's easier to be independent in this case scenario. But when you actually do have children, it's even more important because you need to be their role model. And there have been so many articles wrote about the fact that there's nothing that the mom can do for their 3-year-old than actually go to work, because he's gonna change the way he's perceiving females and the work that they're doing. So these are really serious stuff in here. And
yeah, no, I'm so in alignment with everything that you're saying right now. I could go on a soapbox and I won't, but it is time to definitely get something out there that we can really run with together, because
let's start with this onboarding plan. Martin wrote me a message on Friday. Maybe it was related, so I'm gonna check out on him once he's back from holiday, and let's do it really, because the time is now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially with how much everything's getting, amping up out there financially for people. And I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm in a little bit of a scramble mode here out of nowhere. So, but I mean, like, I'm still grateful, and I still am, of a mindset that I know I can manifest and create abundance at will. So I'm good, but I am, aware of the shadow side of the world that, is always exploiting women in one way or another. And I just know that, like, it starts with us. I know you don't have any kids yet, but we have to stop those patterns for our future generations. And so, like, that's the biggest motivating force behind that, is just making sure that we level the playing field, no matter what gender you are. All these gender stories these days, but it is the great equalizer. We finally have it to play with. So,
and we get to actually help set it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and mold it. That's the coolest thing, is I was trying to, like, bring the most enlightening, evolving, like, spiritually awakening content over here before all the craziness shows up, just so that we can have, like, a whole new world ushered in from, you know, even the content that people are like sitting there scrolling through in the new internet, you know. So
they're gonna keep scrolling. We cannot assume that they're gonna stop, but perhaps they can start scrolling some, you know,
more empowering things.
Exactly, heart opening, soul lifting materials, and not only cats and dogs, right? But
yeah. So you'll love the hero's journey aspect of what I shared with Martin. So we got this.
I've already started work on it, Casey.
I love you. I love you. I'm nothing without you, Ruth. You're amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the thing. I mean, we've got no shortage of projects to work on. Let's be honest. It's more a shortage of developers and time most of the time. You know,
those developers need marketing, and so we can bring an extremely amazing balance to what they've built for us into the marketing.
They need UIs, and yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You know,
then the customers need a concierge. Though that's the other space that we're going to hold as Women of BSV and you. I mean, where is that concierge, like white glove, holding their hand for them? You know, and we know everybody and pretty much everything that's getting done. So it's the perfect place for people to come for that, you know, safe space they can like build their whole new brand in.
I'm loving it. That's you know, we share a vision, so I think it's sorted.
Yeah, no, I think it's a no-brainer actually. Yeah.
Cool.
Loving it. Really loving it, guys.
Awesome. Well, it's wonderful. Like I said, getting to know you and everyone else that we've been able to talk to at the BA have been a pleasure. So I'm happy to work with you guys and keep in touch.
Likewise. And again, it's an honor to be here with you guys. And I'm not saying goodbye, just, you know, see you later, because I have an impression that sooner than tomorrow we're going to start working on something together. Let's do it.
Very exciting. It makes me feel a lot better after such a big blow, you know, to the trajectory of where I thought I was heading. I know Diddy and Ruth, same. We've got
this. Like, there's no shortage of talent, ideas, you know, and ability here.
An opportunity. So yeah.
Opportunity to promote ourselves.
If you guys like, share, and subscribe for us, it'd be wonderful. We love you all. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
See you again.
Bye.
Bye.